Okay, 1547, good luck. We get white for this one, so we play knight f3 as per usual. Our opponent, 380 games of rapid. We'll play d4, challenge for the centre. Now let's bring our bishop up, and then we've got the options to push pawns as we see fit. Let's do this, and maybe c4, why not? Let's play c4. So it's more just a normal d4 game, this, rather than a reti opening. Okay, so he's played pawn up. Okay, so I will develop my knight and put it behind. And I'm just going to develop the bishop and try and get castled, and then we'll try and come up with a plan. Okay, so he's played knight out wide. So we do have an option to take to mix it up, but it's probably best to drop back. I could go in here first though and try and trade this bishop. Actually, that looks nice. See if he plays pawn here, and if he trades, we'd be happy to take back, and then we attack the knight. Yeah, he's gone there. That drives us back, but it breaks up his pawn structure, so it's got a little bit of weakness around his king. Could be a longer term target. Ooh, that can't be a good move, surely. That can't be a good move. I mean, we can take, and try and take here. Get the queen off. That's what I'm looking at immediately here. So take, say he takes, we just take, and if he takes, we check. Trade the queen, plant the knight, and we've gained a pawn, and it looks like we've got a nice position. Yeah. Looks good. It doesn't mean it is, but it looks it. I don't think he should really take it. He wants to try and keep the queen on the board. If he manages to get this in and push, though, then obviously our king is vulnerable here. We castle, it still looks awkward, but it does for our opponent as well with a potential attack. So he's realised here if he takes, I'm just going to take back and get the queen off the board. And then the broken pawn structures, to be fair, not quite so bad for both sides if the queens are not on the board. So what's he looking at now? If he pushes here, I think we're okay to take. He does have a check. If we drop back, bishop takes, pawn takes, queen takes. So that's what he's done. So he's gone for that line. So if we take here, I guess he can take back here. Okay, I think we kind of have to take, don't we? Here. He could just take here, kick us back. I think I'm committed here. I think I have to take. Oh, he's just grabbed a pawn. That wasn't what I was expecting. Okay, let's come over and attack the bishop then. If I need to with a check, I can drop back here if I need to. That one is covered by the knight. If he takes here now, I think we just take the bishop. If he takes, we trade off. And then we'd be able to move our knight at the end. Let's hope we haven't blundered here. So he can play queen check, say knight blocks, and then he can grab a pawn. And then what do we do? Maybe queen up and we pin the bishop, something like that. Can we figure this one out? What's he going to play? Okay, he's just dropped back, so he's allowing us to take. So is a sacrifice on? Takes, and if he takes, knight forward. I don't think it is. I don't think that's on. So I think we just need to take the pawn and offer a queen trade. So we'll take. We'd be happy if he trades the queen. If he doesn't, we're threatening to take back. He hasn't, so we will take. Okay. So now I've got a development move with my bishop with a check. Yeah, the sacrifice isn't quite on, is it? But it is a development move. I guess we could just castle then, maybe. Let's develop our bishop. We guard the pawn. We give a check. He's gone across. So now we're threatening, maybe we are threatening one of the knights across with a check threat and a pawn. The knight up looks to be a move here. I'm assuming the back knight. I'm not absolutely certain, but I assume I want to go with the back knight just because we create a double threat. And that's actually a checkmate threat if he doesn't see it. And if he pushes, we can check and hit the rook. But the rook's threatening checkmate because the bishop cuts the king. So if he goes up one, we check here and we win. Well, we win an exchange. It's oh, actually no, he'd have to walk into check. If he goes one, he maybe has to push up two then to give his king a square. Then if we check, he can go here. We take and he takes back. The bishop is covered by here, so he doesn't have a check this move without sacking material. Yeah, he's seen that, so he's gone the 2. So the right move surely has to be the check, win the exchange. Ah, is there a checkmate here, though? Here, here, here. Is there an actual mate here? He's unlucky, isn't he? If he steps up here, I've got this knight coming in, and he has to go there, then we win it with a check. We win the rook for free, and then we can take the knight. It's just gone wrong for him. Is there a technical checkmate? Here? I don't see it, so I'm just going to take the rook. I'm not bothered if I ever miss any technical checkmates or not, but here, no, I don't see a finish, so I'm just going to take. It should be good enough now. It should be. They're never over till they're over at amateur games, but it should be good enough. But I'm just going to castle now. So we're a clean rook up and a pawn up. We've got 5 pawns and he's got 4. So he's played forward. So I guess we can just develop a pawn and kick the bishop there. Actually, we could activate the rook as well. Yeah, I think I like the idea actually of activating the rook. Okay, he's pushed forward. So I'm just going to activate my other rook. It doesn't matter if I give up an exchange here, say rook forward, bishop takes, rook takes. We're still up a lot of material. Excuse me. Oh, that allows us to actually go forward. But he can't really move the bishop because we're coming in for that checkmate threat. So it's essentially over now. We'll just check it afterwards, see where it went wrong. It should be over anyway. I say amateur games are never actually over till they're over. Now it's not a checkmate here. You can't step up. You can block with a bishop though, so it's not checkmate. So we take. So we just need to find the finish. Knight in and checkmate. Yeah, either rook would have worked there. So let's just pause and see what that was in engine language. So there's 30 moves. They're the move times for both players. I was playing a little bit quick there. A little bit quick on some moves. Just see if we've got anything to learn. Take as long as you need with your own games. When you do this, you're just trying to in particular learn from opening mistakes and good principles. So 96, 85 in the accuracy, but not many individual moves have been flagged as mistakes. So there's not actually many issues here. So we're just both developing, trying to get a playable position here. Yeah, he should have just dropped the knight back. He's weakened his king's defenses a little bit, pushing the f pawn. So that's why I did that. And then, yeah, I came back and it was a good idea to take the knight here. Give up the bishop for this knight. It was actually a good idea if I did that instead of going here. So take, rook takes, then take the pawn. He takes back. Then drop the knight back to d2 in order to attack here. Oh, and he's a bit short of squares to go back, isn't he? I missed that at the end. So he has to play f5 and we can take. So that's why that move is a playable move, because this is at the end of the sequence. I didn't see that. And you can see, when you see the whole line played out, you can see, yeah, that looks pretty nice. Or this position, rook up, maybe you just take the pawn instead of rook forward, I'm not sure. But you can see it looks pretty nice. So, yeah, looking back there, I should have taken there in order to get this. I didn't see this move, and you suddenly realise that the knight is stuck. So we drop back, we trade here, and it's just basically level 0.5. And this is where it starts to go wrong for opponent. He's played e5, so we've correctly taken. He's pushed forward. Knight takes was the correct move. And here he should have just taken back with the pawn in the centre there. And then we'd play queen to b3 to pin the pawn on the diagonal. That would be the correct reply. So he should have just taken in the centre. So it's now 3.7 for us. We've moved the rook. Then here again, he should just take in the centre. So if he takes, we play the other knight forward and leave this one hanging. And we leave a check on the board as well. Not sure I would have played that. Then the bishop just calmly goes back. Then we calmly develop a rook. Leaving everything hanging on the board, not taking a pawn. Yeah, this is kind of a bit advanced for a rapid game. I say in your own game, just take as long as you need. Try and learn as much as you can. So we took here. Then here, yeah, I should have gone for a check. Is there a nice fancy checkmate? There might be a sacrifice here, but it's only +4 instead of trading the queen. But I should have gone for the check. I was wondering if there might be a nice sacrifice here, but right now you can't bring the rook across because my king's in the way. So you play the other knight forward to g5. plays h5 in the same way. We've got that check, so the same sort of concept we ended with. He throws a check in, we sidestep, develops a queen, and then we trade. Okay, I didn't see that either, so I traded the queen. And then here, yeah, he's blundered going into the corner there, so that allows this final sequence, and there's not much being flagged for either as the rest of the game. We managed to spot that the other knight can come in there. He can't step here or here, so he's only got one move, so we can run the rook with a check and get the knight off the board. And then we're just trying to activate our pieces to go after the king. And then we come in with a nice checkmate there. So it is what it is, but there's always something to learn from these games, so very good.